All right. And so on our question down here, we can identify the question down at the bottom, which says, what score does she need to get her last test score to qualify? Okay, so we're looking for one test score to get in there, and the numbers that we have, and we can also work backwards from the question. We work backwards from the question. It says, write inequalities that represent the predicament. So we're going to go up and we're going to circle the numbers. The numbers we get out of the problem are 85, 6, 5, 87, 81, another 85, a 90, and 78. Those are the numbers that we take out of the question. All right? And so out of the question, we know that it deals with test scores. Now, I know that some of us might have achieved a whopping test score of 6 and a 5, but which of those are test scores?
Probably the 85, 87, 85.
This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are possibly our test scores, right? And so as I look at those, once again, I haven't read the passage. I haven't seen anything in there. I just circled the numbers out of it and read the question. And in the question, I saw score, and I saw that it's a test score. It says last test score. And so therefore, my units of measure are test scores. So 85, 87, 81, 85, 90, and 78 are test scores. They're test scores. 5 and 6 are not. And so therefore, when I'm figuring out what I need to do, she's like, what does her last test score need to be to qualify? I know we're looking for an average. We need our average to be something, okay? And so as I look in the problem, I see 85 for the first one in the very first sentence, and it says overall grade right beside it. So this is what she wants her overall grade to be, okay? And these are the grades at which she already has. All right, and how many of those are there? 5. So that identifies this number. This one represents all of her scores, right? And so, how do we figure an average of anything?
Add them up and divide by 100.
Right, and so therefore, this is what I'm trying to achieve, so these are the ones I'm adding. So I got 87 plus 81 plus 85 plus 90 plus 78. How many of those again? 5. So that takes place at this right here, but we know that we're trying to achieve an 85. So what inequality can go towards that?
Greater than or equal to?
I want this scores right here to be greater than or equal to 85. Correct? Some of you might remember this is how we calculated your first semester grade in here.
Oh, yeah.
And how many grades am I going to have in my final average? How many?
6.
6 of them. So what am I missing? Final test score. Do you know what it's going to be?
Not yet.
I said 89.
How did you get that?
I just kept plugging it into it.
You guessed and checked. Plugged them in. What do we have to plug in? A variable. A place to plug them in, right? So instead of guessing and checking, if I go ahead and put that right there, if I solve for x, now I got exactly, I don't have to guess and check, right? So that's my inequality. That's it right there. So if I add them all together, what do those add up to equal?
421.
Ma'am? 421? So explain to me how I solve this.
Well, you multiply by 6.
Multiply by 6 because we are solving, which means we're working an order of operations from
Bottom and top.
extremely good. Okay, so what's 85 times 6?
510.
All right, how do I solve for x?
Minus 421.
So x has got to be greater than or equal to what test score?
89.
No guessing and checking here. Worked though, didn't it? All right.